Good afternoon and welcome to the Windsor Star's Net News at Noon. I'm Craig Pearson with Don McArthur, bringing you the best from the paper and the web. The U.S. House of Representatives last night passed Barack Obama's historic health care bill by a margin of 219 to 212. The move brings the U.S. a step closer to the Canadian-style health care, although it's still not a one-payer system, but it does extend health care coverage to 32 million Americans.
Some action over at the university this morning. Dozens of CAW protesters descended on campus. Apparently, sort of the union chair for the police union there had to leave without a shirt on. We're going to have more details for you in tomorrow's paper, but there's some sort of conflict there, and just like in the movies, they asked him to hand in his badge and his uniform, and well, he obliged and handed in his shirt, but apparently he left with his pants still on, so we're going to have more on that for you tomorrow.
The Chrysler announced plans this morning to build an electric vehicle for the U.S. market using the Fiat 500 platform. Chrysler had already announced plans to produce the regular Fiat 500 for the North American market, but now the big question is it possible that the Windsor-produced minivan could go electric?
Let's hope. Folks, if your commute to work this morning was a little slow, you're not alone. I was a few minutes late, but you know, anyway. Yeah, I mean, construction crews are fanning out across the city right now as the spring construction season begins in earnest. That means pylons, detours and intersection closures and plenty of headaches. So if you can bear with it, you know, it'll be good, I suppose, in the long run. But a cool thing for you to check out in our little editor's picks there on the website, we've put together an interactive map for you that shows you where all the lane closures are, where all the detours are. Click on it, peruse it, and have some fun.
Big night tonight at Council. About 30 delegations are set to address the possible opening of a not-for-profit bingo. Only in Windsor can this stir such emotions, but the private operators don't want it to open because they say there are a lot of dwindling customers. But so far, city administration supports the opening, so we'll see what happens under the eye. Yeah, we're going to be live streaming council for you like we always do. We're going to have video for you tomorrow morning on it, and as well we have a PDF of that bingo report so you can check it out and read it for yourself. In sports, the Spits have a 2-0 lead now on the Erie Otters. They thumped them 3-1 in Erie on the weekend with 2 goals by Taylor Hall and another goal by Dale Mitchell. They're going for a stranglehold in the series on Tuesday night back here at home. The best-of-7 series, hoping to take a 3-0 lead. Well, let's hope.
Exactly. And, the Lancers, they rallied from a 17-point deficit, the men's basketball team in the consolation round there and the Canadian finals, but they went to overtime, but they fell short and they lost to Cape Breton. But hey, good try, guys. It was a good run.
While we're on sports, I absolutely have to mention Tiger Woods had, out of the blue, a couple of 5-minute interviews last night, I think, with ESPN and the Golf Channel.
Yeah, exactly. It was with Kelly Tillman from the Golf Channel. Now, I've seen that one, and it was pretty crazy. Like, I know someone I spoke with last night thought she was a little soft on Tiger, but I mean, she was like face to face, you know, just about as close as we were, like throwing some pretty hardball questions at him. I thought he didn't answer them necessarily. He just sort of dodged and deked and ducked and this sort of thing. But 5 minutes and 5 minutes on ESPN, which I think you've seen.
Yeah, I saw the video that you posted.
Yeah, on the web. Yeah, check it out.
On our web. And, you know, it's interesting. They were asking the right questions. They did say what happened that night. He chose not to answer in both ones. He said, it's all in the police report. Other than that, it's between Elin and myself. You know, one thing I thought I should mention, though, apparently he offered the similar interview to CBS, but because he had 5 minutes restrictions, they said, no, you know, basically you don't make the rules, and so we decline. I don't know. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Net News, I turned it down this morning as well. You know, just didn't fit into our schedule there.
He said, no, sorry about that.
But same thing, ditto, when he did his that whole spiel there. When he came out in that very orchestrated press conference, sort of his first public statements a little while ago, the Golf Writers Association of North America, or of America, they boycotted the event because of all the restrictions that were put on it. With the Kelly Tillman interview, she sort of complained about the time, but I thought she was a unique choice because, A, she's a woman and women figure prominently in this Tiger Woods scandal, and B, she had to make some apologies herself a couple of years ago when she used the word lynch, which is sort of a very sort of sketchy term with some bad connotations in reference to what Tiger Woods' competitors would like to do to him. So she had to apologize and all of that. So in some respects, she knows what it's like to be under the glare of the media spotlight.
Yeah. So he's coming back to play his first game at the Masters.
Yeah, at the Masters, sort of in 2 weeks. There's some talk around this place. We might live blog that for you. We'll see. It's going to be the biggest sort of thing on TV.
Man,
like
that first swing, eh? When he gets out.
Yeah, you think you have first heat jitters when you go to Roseland? What do you think Tiger's going to feel at number one at Augusta? The one cool thing on the Golf Channel last night, Brandel Chambly was talking about. He says right now, there's a really big balloon filled with air that follows Tiger Woods around, and every time he comes out and makes a public appearance, a little air comes out, a little more air, a little more air. But still, I mean, it's like the Hindenburg right now. It's still sort of chock full of air.
Yeah. When you start golfing? More importantly.
I hit the range on the weekend. Rosie was open last week, so hopefully I'm going to get out this week.
All right.
Okay, folks, so remember, Council live stream tonight, check it out, and Jay Crick, he's behind the camera right now, but he was all over Windsor and Essex County on the weekend, so I've got a little gallery, a weekend wrap of all his photos. Check them out, some cool shots, online and on your porch. We're the Windsor Star.